Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day so far. So in today's video, as you can see from the title down below, I'm going to be talking you through all of my Project Pan products, what I've picked, and I'm going to put them all on my face and show you the look that I'm going to be wearing every single day this month. And I will start by saying I'm doing Project Pan a little bit differently. I did start a Project Pan in the summer of last year, and I completely fell off the wagon. I used a lot of the products once, maybe twice. Some of the products I used up. I think I picked about 12 products, and so many of them I still have, so many of them I didn't end up working my way through them all, and I want to do it differently this year. So all of the products that I've picked for my Project Pan for 2023, these are all products that are very close to being expired, very close to being completely used up. I basically just need to focus on using up these products to get them out of my collection. So all of these are products that I enjoy, generally speaking, products that I already know that I love, because that was my problem with like the Project Pan that I did last year. I picked products that I wouldn't normally reach for, and that was a big mistake because I didn't reach for them. So these are all products, generally speaking, that I really enjoy using. I just need to focus on more and get more use out of before they expire and before I chuck them out. So I have close-ups of everything to show you how full products are, how much product I have left, all of that good stuff. So let's just start with the base products. And these are two of my favourites. So we've got the L'Oreal Glow Cherie and the L'Oreal Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream. I am not using L'Oreal anymore on my channel apart from these Project Pan updates. I'm not going to be talking about L'Oreal. I am going completely cruelty free this year, so that's why I need these out of my collection. I love them, and I hope and I pray every single day that L'Oreal will become cruelty free, but they're not currently, so I need these out of my collection. And honestly, I only think I have like 3 or 4 uses left in this Glow Cherie. It's so close to being empty that I think I will definitely get this done like by the end of the month. So I'm going to just put a little bit of this on all over. It's so pretty, but there isn't really a place for it in my collection now that I have the e.l.f. one and that one's cruelty free. I loved this for years, but I'm not using L'Oreal anymore, so it needs to go. So then the foundation choice is the Tinted Water Cream from L'Oreal, another one that I really love, but it has to go. I have no choice. I mean, I have the choice. I could choose not to, but morally, I have no choice. So I'm going to work this in with a sponge. And this is definitely a product that I can use every day. I do wear like a light coverage foundation every day, but the problem that I had when I did a Project Pan last year was that I picked a really full coverage foundation in the e.l.f. CC cream, and I also picked a really light coverage foundation in the Barry M Fresh Face foundation, and I like something in between the two of those for an everyday basis. The e.l.f. one I haven't picked up once since I filmed the very first installment of my Project Pan last year, so I feel more confident with these choices. And also, when I started my Project Pan last year, those foundations were not my colour at all. The e.l.f. one I think was slightly too dark, and the Barry M one was slightly too light, so obviously I didn't ever pick them up because they didn't match me. They looked awful, whereas this one is a fairly good colour match. So I'm confident that this one will get used up, and I'm confident that it will get used up quite quickly because I really don't have a lot of it left. Another one that I'm confident will get used up very quickly is the concealer. So this is the Revlon Colour Stay 5-in-1 concealer. This looks absolutely beautiful on the skin, and I don't know off the top of my head if Revlon are cruelty free or not. I'm still like at the start of my cruelty free journey, if you will, but this is the most awful applicator. I absolutely hate it. I complain about it every single time I use it. It's so messy. You have to like squeeze the product up and then apply it like whilst you're squeezing it, or the product just goes back in. It's so difficult to use, but the product it looks so good on the skin. So like, I'm reluctant to use this up because I love how it looks, but I hate using it, but I love how it looks. It's such a dilemma. It's such first world problems. But this is another one that has like barely no product left in it. I've had it for probably too long. Probably shouldn't still be using it on my face, but I do want to use it up. I still want to get my money's worth out of these products that I have. For bronzer, I have two options because I'm so close to being done with both of these, and I wanted like a cream bronzer and a powder one. So the cream bronzer is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, which I have honestly been so close to finishing for so long. I absolutely love this product. I already have a backup, so that's how much I love it. Like, I don't want to be without it. I just want to be without this specific tub because I've had it for so long. So that is the cream bronzer on. It just gives the most lovely colour. I find it really difficult to find bronzers that work for my skin tone because I'm so pale, but this one is really, really lovely and I reach for it all the time, which is why it's got such a big dint in it, and I just need to work on getting the rest of it out. Then I can start on my fresh new pot, which I'm very excited about. So the other bronzer that I have is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I actually hit the tiniest little pan in this just before Christmas. I think it was like the 22nd, 23rd of December, and already I've got a huge pan in the middle of this bronzer, which is really, really exciting. I only got this bronzer in January of last year. I've only had it a year, so it's definitely not one that I need to like rush to finish. However, now that it's got that pan in it, I know that it is more likely to break. I know that it is like weaker because it's not like the full pan, and I want to just use it up now. I also absolutely hate the smell of it, so I don't like rate this over a lot of the other bronzers that I have. I have others that I prefer more. I love the colour of this, I love how it looks on the skin, but I just can't get over the scent. So for blusher, I have picked this palette here. This is the Revolution Ultra Blush palette. This was one of the first blush products that I ever bought, so it's the oldest one in my collection, and I think that if I have this out and I have this in my project pan, then I can, like, I've got a variety of different shades depending on what look I'm doing, things like that, what kind of day it is, what I'm feeling, and I think I can definitely make a dent in quite a few of these if I really tried. Blush is something that I change up really, really often, whereas like I will use that butter bronzer every single day. Blush is something that I would change, so having one to focus on, or one palette to focus on, I feel like I could really make quite a big dent in this. So I am today going to use this one here. I mainly use this one and this one. They're the two that like I really could focus on and could make a decent dent into, but I'll use that brighter one today. And then for highlight, this is the highlight palette that I actually included in last year's project pan, and I still haven't hit pan on it, and I haven't used it as much as I could, but this is the one that I'm focusing on this year, the Revolution Soph highlighter palette, specifically this second shade in. It's so close. There is a huge dent in it. It's so close, like it may even go as I'm using it now. That would be quite exciting, wouldn't it? A pan in the project pan introduction video. How about that? No. no pan today. But it's so close. Like, it must be so close. I'll be so excited when this one goes as well. Again, one of the first highlights that I ever bought. That second shade in is so pretty. I don't really use any of the others, I will say that. The other shades, some of them I use as like eyeshadows, but the other shades just don't really work for me. But this one is so pretty. So for brows, I've picked this one up just because this is probably one of the ones that's been in my collection the longest. The Collection Incredible Brow Define Plus Pencil. This is in the shade Brunette 2. I don't have much of this left at all. I was actually really surprised when I twisted that up in the cutaway how little of this I have left. I didn't realise I was so close, or I would have focused on it a little bit more, but I really enjoyed this pencil. It's definitely one that I use just in like my everyday rotation, and it's definitely one that I would consider repurchasing when I'm out of it and when I've worked my way through some of the others in my collection. It's really easy to use, it's really creamy, like the amount of pigment comes out really quickly. It's really easy to build up a level of pigment that I'm happy with. The shape of the tip makes it really easy to do like your whole brow, scribble it in really quickly, but then also get those little strokes at the front. It's just really quick, really easy, and I do really enjoy it and will miss it when I'm all used up. So that's the brows scribbled in. Next up is brow gel. If you've seen any of my videos before, you will know my love affair with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I don't need an excuse to use that. I do, however, need an excuse to use a clear brow gel. So this is actually the one that I used in my project pan of last year, and I have used quite a bit of it. It looks grim. It is a clear brow gel, believe it or not. It's just obviously gotten like foundation and brow pencil like mixed into it now, so it's a bit beige looking. However, it is a really nice brow gel. If you want your brows to all go straight up, it will do that. If you want them all to go outwards, whatever, this will like glue your brows where you want them to. A clear brow gel just isn't my preference, but it's one that I have proven to myself I can use. So it is one that I will continue using until it's all used up, or at least closer to all being used up than it is currently. So for eyeshadow, I have two. Because I do like to switch up my eyeshadow quite a lot. I like to have a neutral palette that I can use every day. I don't have to worry about if I just want a brown something through the crease, then I have one. And I also really like to wear a lot of colour on an everyday basis. So I picked these two. The Revolution Forever Flawless Allure palette. This is one that I have had in my collection forever, and I just want to focus on using up some more. I really like the formula of all of these shadows, the mattes and the shimmers, the glitters, the foils. They're all really pretty, and I do really enjoy using this palette. I've just had it too long for it to not even have one single pan in it, so I'm really going to focus on trying to get a couple of pans down in this palette. And then I also chose the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette in the shade Brights. I absolutely love this palette. I think that the colours are such a great, like there's a great selection of colours. Whatever look you want to do. You want to do a rainbow on your eye, you can use this palette. You want to do blue, you want to do purple, you want to do yellow. You can just use this one palette and everything is there. But NYX isn't cruelty free, and I am not about that life anymore, so I want to try and get down to a few pans on this one as well. But I'm just gonna go neutral-ish today. I feel like a lot of my videos recently have been quite neutral, but that's just what I want to do today. So I'm going to go in with the Revolution one, and I'm just gonna do a quick something. I'll come back and tell you which shades I've used once I've done it, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Alrighty then, so for this I used this shade, which I definitely think I could get so much use out of, called Risky. That's a matte shade. I sort of put that through the crease on the outer corner. I blended it out a little bit with J'adore. Again, I think I could probably get through quite a bit of that one. Another matte shade. I put a tiny bit of Nymph, this dark purple, on the outer corner to darken it up a bit. All of those shades I could definitely see myself hopefully hitting pan in, because they just look great on blue eyes. I feel like they really make my eyes pop. And then just on like the lid and the inner corner I put Magnetic, which you have to use with your finger to get like the best colour payoff. So I don't know how easy it will be to hit pan with that, I don't know, but I really like how that looks. I could definitely wear something like this on an everyday basis when I'm not wanting to wear something really bright and colourful. So I'm hoping that those are the sort of shades that I will be able to get a lot of use out of. For eyeliners, I have picked two. Again, L'Oreal products, so I just want to see the back of them. So these are the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Liquid Liners. You know how I feel about these. They're amazing, and I'm so gutted that L'Oreal isn't cruelty free, because it just limits so many products, and L'Oreal owns so many companies as well that it really does close off like a lot of the market. Anyway, these are the black and the brown ones. I'm going to use the brown one today. I do have favourites from companies that are cruelty free, so I will talk about those in later videos, but I'm going to do a brown winged liner. That's the liquid liner done, and onto mascara. This is one that I didn't even realise I had in my collection. I do enjoy it. It's the Maybelline The Colossal Go Extreme Mascara. Another one that I don't remember buying, but I started using I think in October, and I do really enjoy it. However, Maybelline is owned by L'Oreal, therefore not cruelty free, so all of my Maybelline mascaras are out. So that's the mascara on. I'm so happy with how all of this looks. Honestly, these products I just really enjoy, so I don't feel like it will become irksome to have to use them every single day until they're gone. For the lips, this is another like combination that I absolutely love. So the lip liner is the Revolution Satin Kiss lip liner in Heart Race. Basically my lips but better in a nude, and obviously I don't have too much left of it. I'm probably about halfway through, so it's definitely something that with everyday use I could get to the bottom of. So I will just overline my lips with this first. So as you can see, it is just a really great everyday shade. It's not too pink, it's not too brown, it's just perfect, and I could definitely wear this every single day with this lip gloss specifically. This is the e.l.f. Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Mocha Twist, and these two paired together is beautiful. Obviously it's not like incredibly long lasting because it is a gloss, but how beautiful does that look? I love that combination. And they are all of my products for my 2023 project pan. My 2023 get rid of everything that's not cruelty free and that's old. So let me know what you think. Are you doing a project pan this year? Are you like trying to work your way through all of your old like makeup products? Let me know what your thoughts on the whole project pan thing are. I will be doing updates throughout the year, so if you want to see those and see how I get on with all of these products, then do subscribe down below. There will be, of course, lots of updates coming up as and when I finish through things, but until then, thank you so much for watching. Bye!